No matter how horrific a charge is against someone, we should never tolerate the deprivation of their constitutional rights in the name of justice, when doing so is an injustice. I have a message for Richard Allen, but before I go there, I'm going to address Benjamin Diener, the judge who recused himself, as well as the prosecutor, Nicholas McClelland. When you two thugs, when you two scoundrels got together, when you conspired to keep the probable cause affidavit secret, as well as the charging instrument, for the sake of the viewers, the charging instrument is a sworn complaint by the prosecutor stating what crimes was committed. The defendant, Richard Allen, does not have to answer the charge unless it's presented in an indictment, unless he waive an indictment. I would advise no one to waive the indictment from a grand jury, because a lot of times the charges by the prosecutor are unfounded. Now, Benjamin Diener, when you and the prosecutor, Nicholas McClelland, conspired to conceal the probable cause affidavit as well as the charging instrument, both of you fools, both of you buffoons knew you was violating Richard Allen's Sixth Amendment right under the United States Constitution. Now, let's go back and look at the Sixth Amendment. It is a guarantee of a speedy trial, appointment of counsel, a public trial, a right of the notice of the charges against him. That's the Sixth Amendment guarantee. In the 14th Amendment is due process. So the process that was due to Richard Allen was the Sixth Amendment. By withholding the probable cause affidavit and the charging instrument, the judge showed that it favored the prosecution over justice and over Richard Allen's right to due process, as well as the right that he has under the Sixth Amendment. When they did this, when they arrested him, they initially tried to pull a Guantanamo Bay move. The media appealed to the Supreme Court of Indiana information officer. The information officer called the judge, Benjamin Diener, and she said, or he said, check in, fool. What the hell are y'all doing? He went to talking like Charlie Brown. Boy. The judge said, hell no, fool. You're breaking the law. Boom. All of a sudden, we get the docket number. We can go online and see. Now, let me tell you why the judge recused himself. Best believe judges reached out to him over the phone and said, look, you should remove yourself from the case, because whoever represent him, they're going to file a motion for recusal of you based on your conduct, and it will be well-founded. You're not going to be able to justify violating the defendant's Sixth Amendment right. Now, let me be clear on one thing. When the judge and the prosecutor knew that they was going to withhold this evidence, the judge knew at that time, despite Richard Allen saying he would hire an attorney, the judge should have appointed him a court-appointed attorney to challenge their conduct. But he didn't, because he knew their conduct was illegal. So the judge had, for all practical purpose, with the prosecutor, the intentions on delaying his right to a speedy trial. Plain and simple. Now, before I get into the message to Richard Allen, I'm going to take a quick break. Allen, when they arrested you on October the 26th, 2022, I do believe that they were intending to murder you, because there was no reason to pull a Guantanamo Bay move by arresting you and then secretly trying to keep the probable cause affidavit and charging instrument a secret. Hell, they didn't even want to put the docket case number up. This is how I believe they wanted this to play out. Because, after all, some people look for a convenient solution rather than the truth. I believe they want to keep this secret. This is what I believe they intended for you. It's just my belief. I believe the purpose of concealing the affidavit in a charging instrument was to make the public think that you are the guy. I'm not saying you're not the guy. I'm saying to make the public think that you are the guy. And then, at some point in time, you was going to come up dead in their custody. And then, guess what? They would say, well, we need to keep this sealed forever and not let the public see. That's what I believe they was intended to do with you. Because now they got the public thinking just because they arrested you, you the guy. But I think it's something else to this arrest. And so, because I respect due process when it comes to criminal accusations, I cannot, with good conscience, speak against you at this time. And I will not. Stay strong. And guess what? Be careful.